The following Jackass Nation production is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.
Man, this beat is tough. Coming to you from the Kayfabe studio in Highland Park, Texas. He was born in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Raised by Wilson Fisk on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, New York, and did his studies in FABOLOUS Sin City, Las Vegas. He's straight out of Compton and brought to you in part by the Offshoots Network. He's pro wrestler, four-time MPX Tag Team Champion, writer, podcaster, bringing you his opinions on film, TV, professional wrestling, sports, and everyday life. He is the Jersey Jackass, B to the C. And you're listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. On tonight's show, BC's Top 10 South Park episodes. And now, your host, the Jackass.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. It is what it is, and what it is what it is, with your boy, the Jersey Jackass, the one, the only, B to the C. What is going on, everybody? Y'all know how to hit me up. Get at me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Snapchat, on Instagram, at RealJackassBC. That's RealJackassBC. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA to join the conversation. Welcome to the show, whether you are listening to it on the Jackass Nation Podbean channel, the Offshoots Nation, or Cinelinx.com, which we are powered by, where you can find all your news, reviews, editorials, more, everything you need right there on Cinelinx.com. So definitely check out Cinelinx. Check out the Offshoots Nation wherever podcasts are found. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another brand new show. I'm so excited to be here, and we got a good one for you. And this is a true story that I'm about to tell you guys right now. This is not a lie. This is a legitimate, true story. I was hanging out yesterday. I was doing some stuff. I was playing some video games, maybe doing a little work. And I realized I needed to record It Is What It Is. That's what I needed to do. And I realized I didn't have a topic. I didn't have anything to talk about whatsoever. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. Then I was sitting on Facebook. I was just kind of BSing around. And I happened to notice that, oh crap, there's a brand new episode of South Park tonight. Yesterday, Wednesday. And so I was like, well, I can't wait to watch that. Oh, wait a minute. That's what I could do for It Is What It Is. We can talk about my top 10 favorite South Park episodes. So that's what we're going to do this week, guys. We're going to go through my top 10 South Park episodes. It was not that hard to come up with the episodes. I already knew all the episodes I love very much. It did take me a little while last night to kind of order them and put them all together and get them all set up, ready to go, ready to be in order for the show, and which ones I liked. I'm really disappointed, but some of them had to get pushed to honorable mention, which sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes that happens. I had a couple too many to make a top 10 list. So, but anyway, hey, let's check this out, guys. Before we actually get moving into the show, let's go ahead and talk some of these giveaways. We do have a lot of giveaways to do, so check it out. We have Nas and Lauryn Hill. If you do not know who Nas or Lauryn Hill are, well, then you're too young. Get away. But if you do and you want to win some tickets, all you have to do is go and retweet the pinned tweet on my profile. I will pick out a winner next week. Listen up, the tickets are for the show is for Thursday, September 28th. I got 2 tickets going out right now. We gave away the Goo Goo Dolls. Mad respect to the 4 people who won. But you could still win tickets to Nas and Lauryn Hill. All you have to do is go and retweet my pinned tweet that has this week's It Is What It Is on there. So go to Real Jackass BC, RealJackassBC, and retweet that pinned tweet at the very, very top. But that's not it, guys. We also have digital download movies for you. That's right. We have Kong Skull Island and Beauty and the Beast. So I'm going to pick out one winner who gets the tickets to see, or actually, I'm going to pick out three winners. Whoever contacts me first gets to pick what they want. Whoever contacts me second gets to pick of the last two, and whoever contacts me third, they will get the last of the giveaways. So what you got to do is retweet my pinned tweet that is up there of this week's show. And you got to listen next week, and we're going to give these out next week. So be prepared for that. It is going down. I am like a machine. That's what I'm doing. I'm out here. I'm spitting out information because that's what machines do. Machines are robotic. Machines keep going. And oddly enough, we have a brand new month to get excited about, and that has to do with machines because September's Loot Crate theme is robotic, featuring Blade Runner 2049, Star Trek, Star Wars, and much, much more. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service which provides boxes of geek and gaming-related merchandise and always includes a monthly t-shirt and pin. Right now, you can get a discount on Loot Crate by going to lootcrate.com/SCNS Live. That's lootcrate.com/SCNS Live, or clicking the link in the description of this video below, whether it's on Cinelinx or on the Jackass Nation Podbean channel. You can also just put in the promo code SCNS Live at checkout, and you'll get a discount on your first box of loot. You do not want to miss out on any more of this loot. You want to see some of the cool stuff you can get? Go to youtube.com/SCNS Live and look up one of our unboxing videos where you can see all the really cool stuff that we get from Loot Crate. We can show you what you're missing out on. You do not want to miss out on Loot Crate. This is a great theme to check out. Robotic, Blade Runner, Star Trek, Star Wars. You don't want to miss out. All right, guys, so we got a lot of wrestling going down this weekend. A lot of wrestling. VIPX returns to the Rail Club in Fort Worth with another event to talk about for years to come. How do we know? Well, if you were there at Death by Design last year, where New Jack fought Masada, or Chris Hero versus Shane Taylor, or anything else that you know that was going on down, you know that this is going to be an absolute insane match, or insane night. So far for the matches signed, ECW legend Sabu steps in to take on Masada this go-around. VIP champion Keith Lee will take on ACH. Ring of Honor star Shane Taylor will take on Big Said. In a ladies match, Mae Young Classic and former Heart of Shimmer champion Nicole Savoy returns to take on Hyun. Spotlight challenge as Dirty Andy Dalton takes on Unholy Gregory James. The Dot Mob Fight Team will take on the Extra Talented, which is Ricky Starks and Aaron Solo. Also appearing on the show is Lou Gotti Starrett, the Vet Club's Christopher Hayden, Kenny Steele of the Dot Mob, Lil Tony, Seth Anaki, Xavier Daniels, and Orion Taylor. You do not want to miss out. This is going down. Get your tickets now at ProWrestling.com. It all happens at the Rail Club in Fort Worth, 3101 Joyce Drive, Fort Worth, Texas, 76116, Friday night at 8 p.m. Sorry, my bad. I didn't even give you all the time. Saturday night, VIP Wrestling has become one of the best promotions in Texas in just 3 years by setting the bar, raising the bar, and breaking the bar. Well, Saturday, September 16th, VIP Wrestling celebrates their 3-year anniversary with the biggest wrestling event of the year, setting the bar for Saturday, September 16th, The Gym, 921 West Mayfield Road, number 112, Arlington, Texas, 76015. 6:30 p.m. doors open for the meet and greet. 7:30 p.m. is general admission doors, and then the first bell is at 8 o'clock. So far, we have Low Key and Homicide taking on Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. Rachel Ellering takes on Barbie Hayden, and Raquel Vaughn. Also in action, you'll see ACH, Steve Anthony, Andy Dalton, Jerome Daniels, Adam Asher, Lou Gotti Starrett, and much, much more. Make sure you're there. It's going to be an awesome show. That all goes down Saturday night, but that is not the only show going down on Saturday night. You don't want to go to VIP because they're too pretentious. That's okay. They don't bring in BC, so you don't want to show up there. That's perfectly fine. You want to go hashtag We Want BC over at MPX Wrestling when they present State of Emergency. There's a huge main event this Saturday night. This has been building for a month. Brent McKenzie defends the MPX Championship against the magnificent Maliko. Last time these two were in a match, Maliko wound up in a coffin and dumped somewhere in parts unknown. Last time they were in a ring together, Tommy Dreamer helped Maliko take on all of DTF. Now the title is back on the line. Can Brent fend off Malenko, or is it time for Malenko to take the MPX title back to the Mad World? Now, we found out earlier this week that DTF member Jigsaw would be here on September 16th, and he has targeted Mr. Mayhem Stephen Kirby. Last time Jigsaw was here, he defeated Frankie Fisher, and after the bell, he tried to get in a few more shots, but Kirby came in and quickly put a stop to that, aiding his friend and my brother DTF. Good job, Frankie. Against DTF, I mean. Now that act of friendship makes Kirby a threat in Jigsaw's eyes, and he is coming for him. First time ever, Stephen Kirby versus Jigsaw at MPX this Saturday night. The Prospect Champion, Randy Wayne, needs 4 wins in a row to be able to trade in the Prospect title for the MPX Championship anytime he wants. He has 2 wins in a row already, slow and steady compared to what others have tried in the past. Hooligan Ace makes his Saturday night debut at MPX. He is the winner of the Dream Chasers tournament that lasted 3 months, and he was voted by the fans as the winner out of 8 different men. He earned this title shot because the fans wanted him. Randy Wayne versus Hooligan Ace for the Prospect title this Saturday night. Baby D will be at State of Emergency, but MPX officials have no opponent for her this week. So Baby D has signed an open contract, which means she could be facing just about anyone. So make sure you're there at MPX to check that out. DTF has a stranglehold on the MPX Tag Team Championship for some time now. That's because me and Frankie are not. They're not booking me. That's why they have the stranglehold on the freaking titles. If I was there, it'd be a completely different story. But they do have the titles for now, and they've had them for quite a while with the ability to have any member in the group defend the titles. They have been able to put up some lethal combos. This weekend should be an interesting one, though, because with Machiko and Andy Dalton out, Scott McKenzie hurt, and Jigsaw and Brent McKenzie in other matches, it will fall to Xavier Daniels and the probationary member Marcus Rose to defend the championship. Their opponents are the Young Guns, Chandler Hopkins and Cody Dixon, making their MPX debut as a team, and the Unholy Complex returns, Gregory James and Jason Silver, who nearly won the title a couple weeks ago. This should be interesting. As well, we have a huge 6-man tag match. Prince Canoe teams with the Kingsman, Michael Schaefer, and Tommy Becker to form a team that won't have a lot of support from the MPX addicts. But, Kingsman, you have my support, buddy. They will face off against Classy Max Sterling, Zero, and a mystery partner. Who will it be? My money is on Frogger. Not to mention, after coming within inches of becoming MPX champion, James Johnson is back to take on former champion Kyle Hawk of the Aero Club this Saturday night. Now, Frankie is not scheduled to have a match, but you best believe that Frankie's going to fight, and he is going to be in the house. So make sure you guys are there this weekend for MPX. It all goes down this Saturday night at the Apex Arena, 510 Hardwood Road, Bedford, Texas. So, all right, guys, I don't really have much else for you other than we got a great show ahead of us, and we got a great amount of stuff coming up in the pipeline, so get prepared for that. Make sure you're checking out UGF on Twitter at UGF, or Cinelinks UGF. Make sure you check out SCNS Live tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and jump into our first commercial break, and then we will jump into the top 10 South Park episodes. Now, I'm going to warn you, the newest episode is not on there, because I have not watched it as of this recording. So I don't know if it's one of my favorites of all time. But I do know that these episodes right here are going to be absolutely incredible for you. You're going to love them all. So let's go to our first commercial break. When we come back, it's time for some South Park.
Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live. Make sure you check us out on youtube.com/SCNS Live. Every Thursday night, we got a live show for you guys. Please like the channel and subscribe to it for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. We are powered by Cinelinks.com. And as always, keep on nerding.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jordan Hart, and I am the owner and sole doctor at Athletic Edge Chiropractic. And at Athletic Edge, we offer a variety of services to help you basically be the best that you can be. So we are a chiropractic office. We offer full chiropractic services, including extremity work, as well as a variety of soft tissue techniques and deep tissue laser therapy. So if you're in need of some body work, give me a call, 214-883-9550. My email is drhartdfw@gmail.com.
I'm going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation.
Going down south, I'm gonna leave my woes behind.
Ample parking day or night, people spouting potty neighbors.
Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. So come on down south, I can meet some friends of mine.
Alright, so once again, brand new episode of South Park last night. We are on season 21, if I'm not mistaken. That is absolutely insane that they have made it that far. It's incredible to see what this show has become, what this show means. It's in the public zeitgeist. It means just about everyone knows South Park. Everyone has their own imitation of God damn it! And they have their own favorite episodes. So I decided that with this week's episode of It Is What It Is, what we're going to do is we're going to count down my top 10 episodes of South Park. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into our top 10 list. And that starts out with an episode in Season 6 entitled Aspen. This episode saw the boys and their families on a skiing vacation in Aspen, Colorado. While the parents are kidnapped by timeshare salesmen, the boys find themselves caught up in a bizarre fight with a douche named Tad. Because all douches are named Tad. Tad begins picking on Stan for no reason. It brilliantly mocks the sport films of the 1980s and is full of hilarious moments. Tad repeatedly calls Stan Darsh. And we get the first use of the montage song, later used in Team America. The freaking montage song is one of the greatest moments in South Park history, man. I loved that montage. We're gonna have a montage! But more importantly, it gave us one of my all-time favorite South Park quotes.
Gonna have a bad time.
Not only a great quote, but also an incredible internet meme as well. So, definitely one of the best episodes. Absolutely hilarious. And looking at that quote, actually, we're going to go ahead and play the entire quote, because the whole thing is, you get a little bit more of Butters in there. It's absolutely incredible, man.
Hello, take it easy, make sure everybody has a good time. Because what is skiing about? Having a good time. That's right. Now, just a few safety things to keep in mind. First of all, look straight ahead when you ski. If you look down, you're going to fall. You're going to have a bad time. Also, be aware of skiers around you. If you run into another skier, your skis are going to cross. You're going to have a bad time.
So where's the part where we have a good time?
Hey, little dude, you got some crap right here.
Well, that's my face, sir.
You gotta love Butters, man. Butters is probably one of the best characters outside the main four boys, man. I love when he shows up. I love episodes about him. So, alright, jumping on over to episode number 9 in the top 10 list is A Good Time with Weapons. The season 8 episode gave us this gem of a song, one of the best. It is based on almost like an anime episode. And South Park went all anime for this episode as the boys became ninjas after buying dodgy proper weapons at a market. The animation is absolutely excellent when it jumps out. And this theme tune, which is called Let's Fighting Love, is one of the funniest songs Trey Parker has ever written, man. Even though it's a load of gibberish, it's so incredible, man. And it fits so perfectly. Butters wants to get involved as Professor Chaos, the bad guy, so to say, but is soon hit in the eye with Kenny's ninja star. The boys disguise him as a dog, and Butters has a pretty horrid time. But the adults in South Park are more offended by Cartman's balls. Strangely enough, Parker and Stone don't rate this episode. They consider season 8 to be one of their worst due to their time working on Team America. But this episode just goes to show how incredible they really are. They're so busy working on Team America, the puppet movie, that they still came up with such an incredible, awesome show or episode like this one here. Good Times with Weapons, by far one of my absolute favorites. So, season 5 was dubbed one of the best South Park seasons of all time. Trey Parker and Matt Stone previously said that it was a milestone in the series as it elevated Cartman's character to brand new heights and showed just how evil he really could be. And that all goes to my number 8 episode in the top 10. Scott Tenorman Must Die. Scott Tenorman is a 9th grader who repeatedly humiliates Cartman, and Cartman just can't seem to get him back, and he keeps fumbling and messing everything up, and just can't seem to really get everything that Cartman does so perfectly down. So he comes up with this amazing plan to get Tenorman back, and ends up telling Kyle and Stan, who go off and rat it out to Scott Tenorman, which was actually part of Cartman's plan. He actually knew that Kyle would do that, and it sets up one of the most devilish plans ever. It is one of the darkest episodes ever. Radiohead makes a very rare appearance as themselves in the episode. It's incredibly hilarious. Obviously one of the best, and like they said, it is a milestone in a season that was on par to be one of the best seasons of television at all, over anything, not just South Park, but over absolutely anything. So, Scott Tenorman Must Die, episode or number 8 on the list. Next up is the number 7, Make Love, Not Warcraft. Parker and Stone teamed up with Blizzard Entertainment to use the Warcraft game engine in the game, as the boys got obsessed with it so much that all they do is they get fat, bloated, and constantly, or they spend the whole episode just sitting there playing, trying to get better so that they can go and kill someone who's just running around and killing them. And to do that, they just go out constantly attacking boars out in the woods for, I don't know, a couple, like 5 or 6 months or something like that, just so they can go beat this mean gamer. It's become a fan favorite episode. It has so many brilliant moments, including Cartman having diarrhea and Noob Randy being entrusted with the Sword of 1,000 Truths, which later becomes a real thing in the actual South Park game. So, it's really iconic, but it's one you can't leave it off the list. No one can leave this off the list. It's probably it's one that even people who don't watch South Park know this episode, Make Love, Not Warcraft. My buddy Josh, it's his all-time favorite, just generically kind of bringing it up, and he just starts busting out with laughter. It is incredibly one of the funniest and best episodes that Matt Stone and Trey Parker have ever done in their illustrious 21 seasons of South Park. Number 6 on the list goes out to You Just Got F'd in the A. That's right, taking a cue from You Got Served and other dance movies. This episode of Season 8 sees Stan indeed getting served by a dance troupe, much to his dad Randy's embarrassment. After serving them back with a dose of achy breaky heart, Stan has to enlist South Park's best dancers, including a dancing duck. After a dance-off is then declared on. And when it's on, and Chef is not happy that it's now on. You know, he's trying to protect the boys, but when it's on, it's on. Meanwhile, Butters' past reveals that he once killed hundreds of people after a tap dance performance to "I've got something in my front pocket for you." And the problem is Butters is one of the dancers, and he keeps having these killer flashbacks. It's just epic and insane. And I've said epic about way too many times already, but that's what South Park really is. It is an epic show, and this one is, again, one of the best episodes they've ever put on. You just got F'd in the A. It's kind of the other boys just kind of back up out of it, and it all goes around Stan, and he ends up, like, again, we got the dancing duck, we got Butters, and he gets one of the goth kids who just kind of, you know, sways back and forth, kind of like a Peanuts dance. And then you got Stan, who's doing a line dancing that his father Randy taught him. And of course there's Butters, who is the tap dancing killing machine, who ends up killing another hundreds of thousands of people. So another great episode. We're having one hell of a show here on It Is What It Is with the Jackass, but we got to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
The Jackass Nation podcast channel with shows like It Is What It Is with the Jackass, Jackass Reviews, Go Home, Jackass 1, a Star Wars podcast, and many more. Check us out at jackassnation.podbean.com.
All right, getting back into the list, we have our top 5 coming down here. What is going to make the number 1 spot? You'll find out. One of the biggest episodes from the first few seasons came in season 2, where it saw Chef getting sued for copyright infringement in an episode entitled Chef Aid. The boys get together and put on a Live Aid style music event with artists including Elton John, Ozzy Osbourne, who both provided their voices. The episode highlights include an evil record company executive and Johnny Cochran's Chewbacca defense. The Chewbacca defense is by far one of the greatest things to ever come out of South Park.
Why would a Wookiee, an 8-foot-tall Wookiee, want to live on Endor with a bunch of 2-foot-tall Ewoks? That does not make sense. But more important, you have to ask yourself, what does this have to do with this case? Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, it has nothing to do with this case. It does not make sense. If Chewbacca lives on Endor, you must acquit.
I still use the Chewbacca defense to win a bunch of arguments, because, look, it doesn't make sense. Johnny Cochran's right. Why would Chewbacca hang out with the Ewoks? It makes no sense to me. Although, as a Star Wars fan, Chewbacca does not live on Endor. He actually lives on Kashyyyk, or he's from Kashyyyk. He just happens to go to Endor once. But still, a great defense nonetheless, because it would be a mistake that a lot of people don't pick up on. All right, number 4 comes to us once again from season 2. Man, season 2 really was just such a good episode, and that is Chicken Lover. Chicken Lover aired when South Park was arguably at its full commercial mainstream height. And while you may not remember the title, you definitely are going to remember elements from it. Officer Barbrady is ordered to go back to school after he reveals that he cannot read. And the boys soon join him in helping to apprehend a man who keeps molesting chickens. So there's so much going on. It's such a great episode. There's a lot you're going to remember. I remember this was the episode that had the book fair in it as well. And for those of you who may have gone to private school or Catholic school, you always remember every single year you'd have the book fair. It's something that always stuck out to me. Another thing that sticks out to me about this episode is something that sticks out to everybody about South Park episodes.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my authority.
Respect my authority is still a quote that people use on a regular basis, not just when talking about Cartman, but it's part of the pop culture when someone's not respecting you to use that line, made so famous by the one, the only Mr. Eric Cartman. Again, a classic episode, one that goes down in history of great episodes, one of the best episodes of television, let alone South Park. So. Chicken Lover. Again, you probably don't remember the name of it, but that's the episode that the dudes run around molesting chickens. It was so great. One of my all-time favorites. All right, guys, we're jumping into the number 3 on the list. We're getting down there. The 8th episode in the first season of South Park, first aired on Comedy Central on November 19th, 1997, in the episode entitled Starvin' Marvin. Cartman, Kenny, Kyle, and Stan send money to an African charity hoping to get a sports watch, but are instead sent an Ethiopian child who they dub as Starvin' Marvin. Later, Cartman is accidentally sent back to Ethiopia instead of sending back Starvin' Marvin. And he learns of activist Sally Struthers is hoarding the charity's food for herself. In an accompanying subplot, after genetically engineered turkeys attack South Park residents, Chef rallies the residents to fight back against the turkeys, kind of in a parody of Braveheart, so to say. He gives the whole speech and everything. It's hilarious. The film also partially inspired the first South Park video game of just South Park on the Nintendo 64, where the villain, or not the villains, but the guys running around that you got to kill, kind of like GoldenEye, when there's just like the henchmen, so to say, in the game were the turkeys that you had to run around and shoot and kill all over the town. One of the best games by far. I'm telling you that right now. That needs to be a tournament on UGF. That would be absolutely incredible. All right, but anyway, so not only that, Starvin' Marvin, one of the best episodes, introduced us to Cheesy Poos. Ma, I want the Cheesy Poos. No kidding, my papa. Great episode. So much fun. All right, moving on. Our number 2, what is it? We're down in the dirty. We're getting there. We're getting close. Now, number 2 may surprise you guys. It's not actually an episode. It is. It came in between season 3 and 4, and that is South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Directed by series creator Trey Parker, it stars the regular cast. You got Trey Parker, you got Matt Stone, Bergman, Mary Kay Bergman's in there, Isaac Hayes is there. You get guests from George Clooney, Eric Idle, Mike Judge. The film follows the 4 boys, our heroes, so to say, Stan, Kyle, Eric, and Kenny, as they sneak into an R-rated film featuring their favorite Canadian actors, Terrence and Phillip, and they begin cursing incessively. Eventually, their mothers pressure the United States to wage war against Canada for allegedly corrupting the children. The film tackles issues of censorship and bad parenting and parodies the animated films of the Disney Renaissance, as well as musicals such as Les Miserables, and it satirizes controversy surrounding the show itself. The film heavily lampoons the Motion Picture Association of America, Parker and Stone battling the MPA throughout the production process, and the film received the R rating just 2 weeks prior to its release. A writing team consisting of Parker, Stone, and Pam Brady was assembled and conceived numerous plot ideas, with Parker and Stone being in the one to develop the film. Obviously, the film features 12 original songs by Parker and Mark Sherman, with additional lyrics by Matt Stone. And it is also in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most F-bombs dropped in a animated film. It is also looked at as one of the best made, like not the best, but the best made, the most well-made musicals of all time. It's an absolute, and the musical numbers are some of the best musical hits ever, especially my favorite, one that I'll still randomly sing just because, especially when people tell me to stop cussing. And basically that's because
you can do it, it's all up to you, okay? With a little plan you can change your life today. You don't have to spend your life addicted to smack, homeless on the streets giving hand jobs for crack. Follow my plan and very soon you will say it's easy, okay? Step 1, instead of ass, say buns, like kiss my buns or you're a bun's hole. Step 2, instead of shit, say poo, as in bull poo poo, head in this poo is cold. Step 3, with bitch, drop the T, cause bick is Latin for generosity. Step 4, don't say fuck anymore, cause fuck is the worst word that you can say, so just use the word okay.
An absolute classic song. Not only that, I remember, and every time I think about the movie, I think about this. It was the Grammys back in 97, maybe 98, that Robin Williams sung "Blame Canada" on stage. It might have been the Oscars, I think it might have. I'm thinking it was the Grammys, but it might have been the Oscars. But I definitely remember Robin Williams doing a whole ensemble piece, "Blame Canada." So damn good. So damn good. All right, now, before we jump into our final film, our final episode, let's do a couple honorable mentions. And our first honorable mention goes to Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo. Howdy-ho! Gotta love Mr. Hanky, man. South Park arguably went from it's like a cult hit to mainstream success thanks to this episode, among many others in the first season. Everyone thinks that Kyle's going crazy when he speaks about Mr. Hanky, a poo who appears at Christmas to kids who do not have enough fiber in their diet. A ridiculous concept, but one that somehow is Christmassy and sweet, and even became one of the first and only piece of feces to score a hit single. That's right, he eventually did. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo, is an incredible episode. It's one of their first. It's happened in the first season, man. It's just an incredible episode. And not only that, it gave us Mr. Hanky, who we all love. It gave us some great songs. Kyle sings a very great Christmas song for Jews. And then, obviously, it gave us probably one of the most well-known songs throughout all of South Park. One that was redone and put back out in spectacular form for the film, but it originated right here on Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. And, that's when Cartman lets us all know that Kyle's mom is, she's,
Well, Kyle's mom, bitch, she's a big fat bitch, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a stupid bitch, and everyone's a bitch, she's a bitch to all the boys and girls. Shut your fucking mouth, Cartman!
So that's a clip from the actual movie. I couldn't find the original clip to air. So, but yeah, Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch. One of the best songs. And if you listen to the South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut soundtrack, there's a remade version of Kyle's mom done by Kid Rock and Joe C. It's so good. So everything about that movie is good. Everything about the soundtrack is good. Everything about South Park is good. So obviously, I could not do the list without at least mentioning Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo, because obviously a landmark when it comes to South Park. I really wanted it in my top 10, but it just didn't quite make it. Just barely made the cut there. That's why it is the honorable mention to the top 10. So, all right, let's go ahead and move into our second honorable mention, which is another all-time classic coming to you from the second season, the 11th episode to be precise, and that is Roger Ebert should lay off the fatty foods. Funniest thing about it is, despite the title, it has nothing to do with Roger Ebert at all. The 24th episode overall of the series originally aired on Comedy Central on September 2nd, 1998. The episode was written by Trey Parker, and it spoofs the Star Trek episode Dagger of the Mind. In the episode, the boys visit the planetarium. They soon discover that the operator has a sinister invention that is brainwashing the town, as well as Cartman goes and auditions for the Cheesy Poofs commercial and sings another one of the greatest songs in South Park history. More of a jingle, but still.
I love Cheesy Poofs, you love Cheesy Poofs. If we didn't Cheesy Poofs, we'd be lame. I'm talking Night Court in its 5th season, lame.
Nothing better than Cartman singing. It's absolutely iconic, and I love it so much. I wanted to put it on the list. Once again, it just barely couldn't make it in there. So, that's what happens sometimes. When you have these lists, you have so many great episodes, you just can't sometimes. You just can't make it. Not everything's going to make it in. So, all right, let's go ahead and, you know what? We also can't, I'd be amiss if I did not mention the pilot episode, Jesus versus Santa, one of the best episodes ever, the alien invasion, everything about it, which was then redone later on to do a full episode on the actual invasion where Cartman gets an anal probe up his ass. So, that's another great episode. Those are our honorable mentions. Let's go ahead and jump into our number one spot. What is my all-time favorite South Park episode? Well, the winner goes to the one that actually the first episode that I even ever saw. The 10th episode of the first season, entitled Damien. Originally aired on Comedy Central on February 4th, 1998. In the episode, the boys' class is joined by a new student.
I want you all to meet our new classmate. What's your name again?
Damien.
Say hi to Damien. And where are you from, Damien?
The 7th layer of hell.
Oh, that's exciting. My mother was from Alabama.
My arrival connotes the end of the beginning. The beginning of the end. The new reign of my father.
Your father?
The Prince of Darkness.
Wow, we have royalty in our class. Why don't you take your seat, Damien? We're going to finish our lesson on great singers of the Baroque era.
It's so classic, man. It's such a good episode. I loved every time they mentioned Damien, this music plays. Every single time he pops up, everything. It's incredible. It's so hilarious. Meanwhile, okay. All right, let's look back. So the boys get him. The new student comes in, who has been sent by his father, Satan, to find Jesus and arrange a boxing match between the two. The majority of South Park residents all bet on Satan to win due to his enormous size and muscular physique. Satan ultimately throws the fight and reveals that his bet on Jesus was just so that he bet on Jesus so that he could win everybody's money. It's absolutely incredible. Meanwhile, it's Cartman's birthday, and he's inviting everyone except for Pip and the new kid, Damien, to his party. And when he invites them, he puts on there, what presents they need to get him, whether it's the blue Mega Man, the red Mega Man, the yellow Mega Man. It's so that he can make Ultra Mega Mega Man, which seems to be a play on the Power Rangers. But it literally has my all-time favorite moment in any South Park episode, when Kyle gets Cartman ants in the pants.
What Stan got me for my birthday. And what did Wendy get me? Oh, it's the yellow Mega Man. Help yourself to pie cake and ice cream, Wendy. Oh, look what Kyle got me. It's a red Mega... Ants in the pants? Ants in the pants? Ants in the pants? It's a game, dude. It's really fun. You son of a bitch! You were supposed to get me the red Mega Man. Now I can't make Ultra Mega Man. You dirty cheap-ass piece of crap. I roll out of them, dude. I hate you. I want you to die. Die! That's it. Party is over. Everybody go home. Get the hell out, I said. The party's over. Get out, goddammit. Oh, dude, you need to mellow out. Take your stupid ants in the pants with you.
It's such a good episode. Again, the episode that I saw first is the first time I'd ever been introduced to South Park. This was the episode I saw, which is probably why it sticks out to me so much. Number one on the list is Damien. Alright, guys, so that's my top 10 list. What about you? Get on Twitter, get on Facebook, wherever you want to go to Jackass Nation fan page, go to the Cinelinks Facebook page, wherever you want to go. Go to the Offshoots Nation fan page and let me know your top 10 favorite South Park episodes. Just give me one, give me all 10, whatever you want to do. Let me know some of your favorite South Park moments. We're going to take one more quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to do the box office predictions.
Hey Jackass Nation fans, this is Trey from the Offshoots. If you can, please go subscribe to the Offshoots Network, where you'll be able to pick up shows like the one you are currently listening to. Plus you'll get the Offshoots, the Nigel Rabbit Show, Bootleg Radio, the Lucha Lounge with Steve DeMarco, Talking Smack with Christopher Hayden, and so much more coming down the pike. As we grow, we want you to grow with us. Please go subscribe.
Cinelinks presents Channel Control, where Matt, BC, and I, Rob, get together and talk about TV news and give you our take on what's going on in TV land. We'll also take you channel surfing, where we talk about what shows we watched that week and what we've liked about it. Find out what shows have been renewed or canceled, or just find out what TV series has been released on DVD, Blu-ray that week. Channel Control is a weekly YouTube show, so head on over, subscribe, check out our videos, give us a like, turn on your notifications so you know when our new shows are up, and you can also follow us at Channel Control on Twitter. And now, back to BC.
All right, thank you, Rob, and welcome back once again to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. It is time that we look into a little bit of the box office. So pretty big week in the box office. Looks like America went back to the theater. So last week I had the box office going to It at the number 1 spot, with Hitman's Bodyguard coming at number 2, Home Again coming at number 3, Leap coming at number 4, and Wind River coming in at number 5. I was figuring Annabelle was going to drop off. Unfortunately, I was wrong. So yeah, how about that, guys? The box office actually goes to It, bringing in $123 million, the highest grossing horror movie of all time, or highest grossing horror movie over weekend of all time. I think it's the highest grossing rated R film of opening weekend. So that's pretty big and pretty awesome. And I saw it. It was great. I know I have not put up a Jackass reviews. I'm going to, if I can. I'm sorry. I'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Number 2 comes in Home Again. So I'm off there too. Home Again brings in $8 million. So shout out to them. I think Matt was one of the people that did not go see it, but you know, it is what it is. Hitman's Bodyguard drops 54%, bringing in $4.8 million. Annabelle Creation comes in at the number 4 spot, dropping 41% to bring in $4 million. And then Wind River is down 49%, bringing in $300 million. So that's pretty cool. You know, mad respect to It for definitely taking the box office as strong as it did. So that's really awesome to see. Good to see that people are going out and seeing the horror movies. It just goes to show that if studios will make good movies, people will go see them. The reason people weren't going to theaters is there was nothing coming out that they wanted to see. You make It, something comes out, we want to go see it, we're going to go see it. So All right, this weekend coming up, we have American Assassin, which stars Dylan O'Brien and Michael Keaton as an assassin. Michael Keaton's an assassin trainer and trains this kid who loses his family. Basically, this kid's Batman. Loses his family, goes in to find a way to fight injustice, stuff like that. Bunch of craziness ensues, and we have an action-adventure film. I'm really excited for it, most notably because of Michael Keaton. Obviously, the Keaton-assance is real, so that's really cool to see. Next up, we have Mother, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Javier Bardem, Ed Harris, not Ed Helms, I said Ed Helms the other day, Ed Harris, and Michelle Pfeiffer, kind of a horror thriller. I have no idea what it's about. I have not looked it up. I've watched the trailer, and the trailer gives you nothing. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. I just want to go into the theater and see this movie. I'm really excited to check it out. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be creepy. So that one's coming out this weekend as well. So 2 really good movies going up against It, which is a really good movie, and it's probably going to have a great return this weekend. So where does it land at the box office, though? That is our question. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put It back at number 1. I think it's good enough to stick in that number 1 spot. And it's going to bring in a good amount of money. So I think word of mouth is good. I think people are going to want to go out and see It. So I'm going to put that at number 1. But right behind it, I'm going to go American Assassin because it is an action film. I think you're going to get more people in the theater for action. And a lot of people who would be going to see Mother are probably going to go see It. So that's why I think Mother's going to come in at the number 3 spot, right behind American Assassin. Followed by Home Again, inching out Wind River at the number 4 spot, and obviously Wind River there at the number 5. So that's going to be It at number 1, American Assassin at number 2, Mother at number 3, Home Again at number 4, and Wind River at number 5. You guys know the drill. Let me know what your box office predictions are. Holla at me on Twitter at RealJackassBC, RealJackassBC, as well use the hashtag IiWiIJA to join the conversation. So we got a lot coming up, guys. Tonight is a brand new episode of SCNS Live. The crew is in-house, and we are going to announce the nominations for this year's Nerdies. That's right, the Nerdies are coming back to SCNS Live, so get ready. The nominations are coming out tonight. Will you be able to vote on them? I have absolutely no idea. But I do know that the nominations are coming out tonight, so get ready for that. It's going to be very, very exciting. As far as Jackass reviews, I know I owe one for Defenders, I owe one for It, and I owe one for Inhumans. Inhumans will be out right before the show airs. I can guarantee that. It, I really wanted to do a review of It, but I didn't have anyone to record with me. The thing about Jackass reviews is I need someone to record with. It just works better. I feel like I'm not giving y'all enough when it's just me, and because I end up talking for about 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, well now what do I say? But we have some possible changes coming here in the future to the Jackass Nation. So maybe that's going to help a little bit with Jackass reviews. As of now, if I can get someone to review something with me, I'm going to do a review. But if I can't, I'm probably not going to do Jackass reviews, just because it's so difficult to just do it by myself and give y'all full content just talking about the movie and whatnot. So maybe that's just me. I don't know. I do apologize for that, guys. Don't forget, tomorrow night, What the Force is live from Nerdvana, where you can come out and watch the show. It is going down Friday night, 7 p.m. on the Dweeb Factory Facebook and YouTube page. Check it out. We got a lot to talk about. Brand new director for Episode 9. We're pushing back Episode 9. It's everything Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars! Sorry, guys. I said Star Wars 3 times, and you know what happens when you say it 3 times. John Williams shows up and plays the main titles, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, anyway, check out What the Force tomorrow night. It is going down 7 o'clock. SCNS Live is tonight. MPX is this Saturday. My buddy Johnny Quasto's album is still available. All you gotta do is go to QuastoAlbum.com and get it. It is absolutely hilarious. You guys are going to love it. Do not forget, ETCW goes down on September 23rd, and on September 22nd, it is United Gaming Federation back in action. It is MVC Dawn of GoldenEye. That's right, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will be the tournament. We have 8 competitors ready to vie for that number 1 contendership to take on whoever the champion may be next month. Who's that champion going to be? Probably going to be me, because Quad C, Mr. Matt Maliaros, has to go one-on-one with your boy, the Jersey Jackass, in GoldenEye. That's right, and not that reboot crap. I'm talking about Nintendo 64. It is going down to Friday the 22nd at Nerdvana. Do not miss out when UGF presents MVC Dawn of GoldenEye. Alright guys, I am going to get up out of here. I want to thank the Mad Zach once again for all my logos and everything. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. He does the UGF logos as well, so definitely go check all that out, guys. Zach is awesome. And he's also the new social media manager for Gas Monkey Bar and Grill, Gas Monkey everything. So congratulations to my boy Zach. Mad respect to you. Mad respect to the Mad Zach. Y'all hear that go home music though, so I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all know how to hit me up on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Xbox Live, all the social medias at RealJackassBC. That's RealJackassBC. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA to join the conversation as well. Don't forget to keep it on Cinelinks.com for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. We will see you guys next time, and remember, it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. Follow BC on Twitter at RealJackassBC. Subscribe on Podbean.com to Jackass Nation. And subscribe to the Offshoots Network on iTunes. Views and opinions expressed by BC do not necessarily reflect those of the Offshoots or Podbean. We'll see you next time on It Is What It Is.